All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. So today we're going to explore a very powerful topic, and as the name suggests, we are talking about the ghosts of the past. So, if you are already on the journey as a coach, as a healer, something I want to ask you is that, how often do you visit or how often do you revisit the ghosts of the past? Now, this, of course, could be maybe the experiences that you've had in the past. This could, of course, also be maybe, the conversations that you've had with people, maybe, business dealings that you've had with people in the past. And as the title of our theme is today, the ghosts of the past, how often do you visit them? And when you do, are you reacting once again like you did maybe when you had the experience for the very first time? I'm saying all of this, of course, and I'm asking all of these questions also because today, during our communion session, this is, of course, on Wednesdays between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. As a community, we meet and people get to know each other better, get to explore themes together. And so, as I was listening to them, I suddenly had a flash of an experience from literally maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. And I was suddenly reminded of what it was like to be the host of a session, of a group session. And I found it very fascinating because in all these years, 5, 6 years, I'd completely forgotten about this theme. And so my question to you, of course, as a coach, as a healer, is how often do you find yourself connecting to the ghosts of the past? And I'm also saying this because unlike maybe in the past, or unlike, say, maybe people who would avoid reflecting on experiences of the past, I chose to this time be the observer and notice and sense and remember. And it's definitely been a revelation for me because I've come to uh, get a deeper insight into possibly what happened that day. And of course, it'll be interesting to see in the coming weeks, in the coming year, how these realizations lead into revelations. So, obviously, my question to you is if you have visited ghosts of the past recently, what um, revelations and what realizations have you already had? Uh, do, of course, if you're watching this as a live, you're welcome to share in the chat box. And of course, if you happen to be watching this later, something for you to reflect on, which is, of course, what are some of the revelations and what are some of the realizations that you have had. um, One thing I will also tell you is that there is so much of power in community, and I'm an extremely big believer in the power of community and the power of the stories that people tell. So for me, I make it a point over and over again to keep reminding people, not only to keep showing up, but of course to experience the power of the stories that we tell, because these stories are not only they not only reveal so much about us, but when you tell stories, it will literally unknot what somebody else may be dealing with in their life. So, as always, one, I want you to know that I truly appreciate you, and I want to thank you for tagging along. And of course, as a healer and a coach, if you happen to be someone who is struggling right now or feeling like you're, losing your grip on what is it and what it is that makes the journey fun, you don't have to do it alone. Come be part of our community, experience the power of having the right kind of people around you to support you on your journey. And having said all of that, of course, as always, remember to live your purpose. And before I wrap, I see Raji, I see your comment. Thank you for sharing, and wish you all the best on the journey as well. And of course, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.